We've arrived in Waterton Lakes National Park. We made it to the Upper Row Lake. We've made it through night 2 of our stay out here. The first night was a little cold for me actually, sleeping in the tent and sleeping bag. I woke up in the morning completely freezing, but this morning on night 2, when I went to bed I could feel it was definitely much warmer inside the tent and inside my sleeping bag, so I didn't really sleep with very much clothes on because of that. Woke up a few times sweating, and also woke up a few times because Jesse snores like so I had to wake him up. Every time he did that I'd yell, "Jesse!" So I had to wake him up and lost a little bit of sleep for that, but I'd say I got a decent 7-8 hours of sleep, which is pretty good. Part 1 of my breakfast today, an egg. Perfect.
Part 2 consisted of a burger, which tasted excellent. Like day 2, we head down the Akamina Parkway to start the day's adventure. We follow the road all the way down to Akamina Lake, where we rent a double kayak and take it out.
We're on Akamina Lake right now in a double kayak that we rented. It wasn't too expensive for a double kayak, but we're out here. Fun fact about where we are right now on the lake is we paddled to the far end of the lake pretty much. We're actually in the United States right now, technically. It's perfectly legal, but we are in the United States. That's kind of cool.
Oh man, that was actually pretty fun. I had done kayaking in a long time, and you know what? It was actually fairly easy just to go from the Canadian to the American side of the border, and at the same time get a good view of the mountains, the lake, the snow. Everything kind of blended together really good.
I really enjoyed coming out to Akamina Lake. We weren't able to come out here last year because a bunch of construction was going on with the parking lot and the new buildings, and they look amazing by the way. But getting out onto the lake on the kayaks was definitely a highlight of this trip so far for me.
The trail is completely flat and relatively uncrowded, so it's a great option for all ages.
We've started doing the short half-kilometer hike to Akamina Lake. We couldn't find the trailhead initially for this hike because they moved it due to all the construction that was going on earlier this year here.
but the trailhead is now located in between two picnic tables on the way to the Carthew Alderson trailhead. So if you want to do this hike, that's where to find it.
After Cameron Lake, we head to Lost Horse Creek, located just before Red Rock Canyon, and begin walking up the frigid waters.
We're a decent ways up Lost Horse Creek right now. One of the best things about this Canyon Creek area, there's no one out here. There's no one here. I really consider this place to be a hidden gem, considering Red Rock Canyon is just up the road from here, maybe 5 minutes more down the road. But no one stops here. It's a very, very small picnic area, and most people have never even seen this place. And in the 10 years I've been coming here, this is my first time coming here to Lost Horse Creek. So definitely a hidden gem in Waterton Lakes National Park.
On the 30 degrees Celsius day, the cold water is a welcome relief from the heat.
My dinner is ready. Steak and eggs. Jesse and I decided to have a breakfast for dinner kind of night to night. The other night when I cooked my steak, I cooked it a little more than I would have wanted to, but it was still very tender. So let's see tonight how I did it. Cooked it a little under compared to the other night, which means it's perfect for me.
As the sun goes behind the mountains, we both reminisce about our time so far in Waterton.
The highlight for me of this trip was definitely tackling the Roe Lakes hike. I mean, not as hard as I thought it would be, but definitely the challenge I was looking for. 13 or so kilometers there and back, and seeing two gorgeous lakes was definitely a reward well worth it.
For me, I think getting out here to Waterton, some of my favorite parts of this trip have been obviously doing the Roe Lakes hike, getting the upper lakes, lower lakes, like I talked about the other day when we did it. Also the kayaking at Cameron Lake, amazing experience. crossing just over the border into the United States was quite an experience. But really, for me, this entire trip has been great, because before coming here I thought to myself, okay, last year when we were here we explored some of the more basic things in Waterton. Not that they are basic, but the things that most people do. This year we tried a little bit different. We did some more different things than what most people would probably do when coming here, to kind of see what makes Waterton really a special place, and tackling the Row Lakes hike, like I mentioned before, the mental and physical battle behind that, and doing it, incredible. Kayaking Cameron Lake, so much fun. And then exploring the Lost Horse Creek, which I'd never been to before, which was similar to Red Rock Canyon, but without the crowds. All those experiences, and even the first day when it rained a ton, all those experiences put together just show you how incredible of a place Waterton is.
It's the morning of our last day. I didn't sleep too well last night because of Jesse snoring again, but I'm up now. That's what matters. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Jesse actually got up as well fairly early, just like me, and he went to the bathroom. I think just use the bathroom or whatever. We're gonna cook some food over the fire here before we leave the campsite. We're going to go into town, rent one of the Surreys, take one of them around town for a little bit, build a fort along the lake shore, probably the Middle Waterton Lake shore, and then we head home.
While I start a fire, Jesse has a bear encounter nearby at the bathroom.
Well, I went to go to the bathroom and relieve myself in the morning, and as I exited it after it was finished, I noticed there was a black bear peeking at me around the corner. Both kind of startled each other. He ran off one way, and I kind of, got startled as well, but then I, kind of, hey, making lots of noise trying to scare him off, but I inadvertently scared him off towards Sean. So I kind of realized what I did and screamed out Sean's name, and then realized I got to get back to the camp. So I had to take the long way around. I was in somebody else's campsite, and I actually let a couple know that there was a bear on the loose. They thanked me, but it's important to, it might seem mean to do this, but scaring these bears actually might be a good thing. Trying to phrase it, making sure they have a fear of humans is a good thing, because there's a chance that, people can get hurt and the bear can get hurt, and you know what, you don't want either of that, right?
After breakfast, we start tearing down our tents and organizing all of our stuff, making sure to leave the campsite completely clean.
We rented a Surrey for a half an hour. These little kind of cart things that move when you pedal. We're going uphill right now. Even though it's very slight incline, it's a little tough because this thing probably weighs so much.
4 wheels as well.
4 wheels. Careful, Jesse. Jesse's steering the vehicle. I can pedal also. I can't steer. It's pretty cool.
As we approach the end of our half hour with the Surrey, we drive it down the main road of Waterton, passing all of the shops and restaurants. After a quick bite to eat at Zum's, we head to the driftwood beach on the Middle Waterton Lake to build a fort before leaving. As we build, the heat of the day comes in fast, and instead we decided to relax in the sun. our trip comes to a close, but we are already looking forward to coming back next year for more adventures in Waterton Lakes National Park.